Hello, this is Donna here, and I am with Kimberly, and we are talking about healthy living. Um, so, Kimberly started out on her health journey, and she's going to tell us about it and how she got to writing her own book that's actually for sale on Amazon right now, which is so exciting. So, welcome, Kimberly, and can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you. Yes, thank you for having me, first of all.
Of
Yeah,
course.
so my journey to health was definitely a long one. I went through different phases of what I thought qualified as a healthy diet, switching from regular soda to diet soda, 100-calorie packs, lean pockets, all of that. Then, as I grew up and I started educating myself, I started making simple swaps, incorporating exercise into my routine, water, and plus just doing things that felt really good for my soul, like reading, taking walks. And, before I knew it, I was down to my goal weight, and I really felt like I hadn't done any work at all because I was just living my life.
I'm so glad you said that because so many people think that it's all about the food, and
Yes,
more often than not, it's totally not about the food. It has, very little to do with the food. It's about, your lifestyle factors.
exactly.
So which did you find was the most rewarding for you?
Which change?
Yeah,
Honestly, getting a blender.
really?
I believe it's change number 4 in my book. And, people will say things about blending your food and sort of drinking your vegetables, but for me, the results speak for themselves. I really think it was a combination of all my small changes, but
Hmm.
that was definitely the biggest one for me.
So are you big into smoothies?
I am big into smoothies,
More
yes.
smoothies than juices?
Yeah, I do have a juicer as well, but I don't use it as much. It's
Really?
very hard to clean. And,
Yeah.
of course, the juicing takes the fiber out of the stuff you're putting in it, so it's
Yeah.
not as good.
Yeah, I think it's very much, a personal choice. A lot of people really love smoothies, whereas I don't really love drinking cold things, so I prefer juices, but smoothies are definitely good for, keeping you full and getting all the fiber in
Yeah.
there, for sure. What's your favorite recipe?
Oh, probably. Okay, my summer smoothie, which unfortunately now we're out of summer, but it's papaya,
Ooh.
pineapple. What's the third thing? Pineapple, papaya, a banana,
Mm.
some coconut water. It's really, really sweet. It tastes like dessert.
Yeah, that sounds very tropical. Delicious. Okay. So, I read that you tragically lost your father in 2013.
Yes.
Can you tell us just a little bit about that and how that has affected you?
Yeah, so I mean, it was a complete shock. He was fine one second and gone the next, literally. It was just one of those things that you never think is going to happen to you. And, for the first few months after he was gone, I was just really lost. I didn't go out much, I didn't talk much. And I spent a lot of that time researching heart disease, just trying to figure out what happened. Did we miss something? Is there something we could have done differently? And, I was just really surprised to learn that not only is heart disease preventable, it's reversible, and that my dad had just become one of a huge number of people who, death was the first symptom of heart disease. It
Yeah.
happens for so many people.
How did that affect, your journey?
Right away, I knew I just had to spread this message. I'm like, if I don't know it, other people don't know it. And our last conversation together, he was telling me about his plans for the summer and for the future, and it turned out to be a future that he didn't get to have, and that was just really a lesson for me. It taught me, the future is right now. You can't wait. So,
Absolutely, I like that. So you try to live in the moment and enjoy what you have right now.
yeah, which I thought I was already doing, but this really just showed me, to just really go after what I want to do.
So, how did that sort of change your ability to live in the present moment?
I would change it completely. I kind of stumbled along for a while. I knew I had this message and I wanted to deliver it, but I had no idea how. At this point, I had never heard of the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I came across it around this time last year and it just clicked. I said, yes, I want to be a health coach. I want to spread the message and teach people how to live their lives healthy and happy and, full. So I enrolled, and then from there I signed up for their book course, and now I have a book. It's been a pretty
That's
whirlwind year.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's incredible. So,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about your book since you mentioned it.
Okay. Yeah, so my book is called The Small Change Solution, and it's just basically telling you that health is not about restrictive diets, it's not about crash diets, and it's not about anything that makes you unhappy. It's about the food you eat and the hours you log at the gym, but it's also about, cultivating loving relationships, taking good care of yourself, good quality time with yourself, and
Absolutely. So,
yeah.
which is your favorite small tip? What can you give our listeners that is just easy to implement but has great benefits?
I think the number one change, a lot of people say leafy greens, and I agree, but I have to say just bring water with you everywhere you go. Just always be drinking water.
I love that. Yeah,
There's
that's
just so
great.
many health benefits to increasing your water.
Um, yeah, I think that's a really, really great point. Can you give us some bonus success tips for how to live a healthy life?
Yes, I can give you lots of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, for me, my first switch going way back in the day was switching out my white bread for whole wheat.
Yes.
Now I don't really eat much bread at all, but that was my first change. It felt really dramatic at the time, but now it's, like white bread, what?
Yeah, who eats white bread?
Yeah.
Right? Nobody eats that anymore.
Exactly. Next, I started making sleep a priority,
Hmm.
and this is a big one. So I was a total couch potato, and the Couch to 5K app started becoming popular for the iPhone and whatever else about 3 years ago. So I downloaded it. My friend downloaded it at the same time. We started running together, and it was just terrible. I couldn't even get down the block. I was out of breath, and it was just bad. And I just kept at it. I, increased my mileage slowly, and over time I started running 5Ks. Then I
Wow.
started running 10Ks, and 2 weeks ago I finished my first half marathon. And this is someone who
Congratulations.
couldn't walk down the block. Thank you. So, I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it,
Yeah.
seriously.
What is your number one motivation for working out? Because I get this question all the time. I can't get motivated. I can't get off the couch. I'm too tired. I have so many things to do.
For me, and I know this doesn't apply to everybody, but for me, it's my dad. He motivates me to do everything I'm doing for the simple fact that he can't.
Right.
So if everybody can just find that higher power in their life, like everybody has something,
Yeah.
to do it for. So if you just keep that in mind, keep that in your heart, you can do it.
Yeah. I love that. So tell us, what is your book called and where can we find it?
It's called The Small Change Solution. I actually have a copy handy. I travel with it. The Small Change Solution, a 52-step guide to getting the naturally healthy lifestyle you want. It is on Amazon now, and it'll be on Kindle next week.
That's awesome. And I'm actually going to give away a copy to somebody that's listening. And if they leave a comment below, you'll be entered to win a copy. Just so exciting. Congratulations.
Well, thank
Do you have
you.
anything else you want to say before we end our call?
Oh, yeah, actually, I do have one thing. So, the book is about health and nutrition and exercise and stress free living and all of that, but definitely want to stress the point that the small change approach can be used for anything in your life. Whatever you're struggling with, just break it down into small, manageable steps and you'll get there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. I love that. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kimberly, and good luck with your book.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. We hope I get to talk to you soon.
Thank you, you too.
All right.